It's Week 8 of the NFL.
And we've got Breece Hall.
He's coming off a nice showing last week. Racked up a lot of yards and reached the end zone once. It's the Jets and the Texans on EA Sports.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last week,
and we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
there have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Will Anderson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 34-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Completes it to Miller. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The numbers for Miller in last week's ball game, well north of 100 yards receiving. He was hard to stop. The only thing they did well defensively, they didn't allow him to get in the end zone.
And that's small comfort for them because he actually carved them up. I love his versatility. I love his route running, ran the entire route tree. They hit him on deep shots, quick hitters, balls over the middle, balls to the sideline. He was everywhere.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Again, it's Stroud. They're going across the field. He connects with Mechie. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And he remains remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence, and he doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game, and who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw completed to Mechie. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 9-yard line.
Now Stroud. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Here we go now on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
From the 41, here's second down and 8. On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Wagner. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Stroud. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Agnew now to return. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Down to the 42, 2nd down. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Stroud. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Rodgers going to throw. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, New York.
Running left, it's Hall. To the 43, second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Back to the ground with Hall. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the Texans' 32-yard line.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing.
There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. a great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point try now for Patterson. It's good, and it is now 21-7. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Throwing now is Rodgers. It returns it right back to Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
13 yards. And the Jets first down.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Rodgers to throw once more. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out, and the Jets have cut it back within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans back out there and ready to go. But right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 94 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. He gets this one to Mechie. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
At the 43-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here. He completes this into the hands of Miller. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Stroud looking to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And the Jets first down.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to break Wilson coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Blake Gillikin on a punt here as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. On first down, here's Stroud. Now a short one to Gesicki. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Stroud's throw taken in by Miller. 7 yards there and a first down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down. Play action. Stroud now. And he rifles one incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, it's Stroud. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This is Smith with a grab. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin in Orchard Park, an AFC East matchup between Miami and Buffalo. And it's the Bills who have the lead in that one. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This taken in right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to them feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Now Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Stroud sets up the play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Stroud working out of the gun. And that will incomplete as well. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now Rodgers. He's got a man complete. Down to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston set to take over. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And this will be a Texans 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Stroud to throw it. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And Stroud now to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
3rd and 3.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. That is caught. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Stroud out of the gun here. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 14 yards. And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Patterson now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Throwing is Rodgers. Open man here is Foster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Okay, break.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
Throw left side complete. That's Miller. And he'll be out right at the 35. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Stroud. Caught left side by Mechie.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Got his man, Dell, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on third. Stroud looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Throwing now is Stroud. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Demario Davis came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a give right side. Wagner, a 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
This offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out.
A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On play action, it's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
On 1st down, here's Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's the 2nd down and 6.
Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Now Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Wagner. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Wagner. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
17 yards. 1st down, Jets.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Down the left sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Give to Hall running right.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
2nd and inches at the 19-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. And this one complete to Smith. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg.
His pass complete to Ruckert.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now it's Rodgers.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he is out of bounds here. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. To throw is Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. With the ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. On 2nd down now. It's Wagner. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 197 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Wagner. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now a give right side. It's Wagner. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 9. Stroud out of the gun here. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He dumps this one off here to Hall. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Dances by at the 20, and they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And
And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 3rd and goal, Stroud toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Foster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, Rodgers. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. One final try now for Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.